The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation or Stewart Title. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
When it comes to real estate, everything matters. Whether you're a realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title is here to inform, entertain, and inspire you. Host Bill Napick from Stewart Title will talk with guests about what really matters when it comes to owning, buying, and selling real estate. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title starts right now. Here's your host, Bill Napick.
And welcome to the show, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I am your host, Bill Napick. This is where America tunes in to hear great real estate talk, interesting talk all the time. As we talk about real estate here in Houston, Texas, sometimes we go beyond. Always interesting as we talk about things, not just real estate, but things that relate to the home. We are glad you tuned in. And as always, we are brought to you by Stewart Insurance and Risk Management and their president, Tom Carpentier. Let's get started right away. A good friend of mine, a very well-connected real estate professional. He is known far and wide in the Houston area and beyond. His name is Danny Frank. He's the team leader with Keller Williams. Danny, welcome to the show.
Bill, it's an honor to be here and to be with you again. You know, we've done a couple shows together, and it's always a pleasure sitting here talking with you about all things real estate.
In fact, and your background, Danny, lends so much you, with your team at Keller Williams in the Northwest area here in Houston, but also your experience at HAR, so many things to talk about.
Right.
Let's start and tell people about your location at Keller Williams.
Well, my office, Bill, is located at 290 and Highway 6, right there in the Crossroads Shopping Center. We are a growing company. We are 175 agents strong and growing every day. We have some of the biggest and the best teams in Houston working there today. We have a guest here today who's going to talk about that a little bit. But, you know, we are always looking for more people to buy and sell real estate, and we're always looking for more agents to handle those people. You know, right now the real estate market is such a hot topic with everyone because the market is just screaming hot. You know, 2011, 2014 were record-setting years, and I'm predicting that 2017 is going to be another record-setting year as well.
That's very exciting to hear that. And that area, when you talk about screaming hot, there's a little traffic. I always think of traffic as I think about your location. And as we think about it, there's traffic going both directions. That's the interesting thing about real estate and growth right now in Houston.
It is. You know, Bill, the cars that go up and down 290 every day, I have agents that come to my office and ask, well, where do I find business? I have them just turn around and look at 290, you know, because 290 is one of the busiest corridors in all of Houston. And to think there's people coming and going somewhere, and everybody in every one of those cars lives somewhere, so they have to own a house. So that's a great part about where we live. It's one of the hottest markets in all of the Houston area, you know, from Fairfield down to Spring Branch to all that area is just a great real estate market for either buying or selling.
And at this point of the year, we're closing out 2016, going to 2017. People are, even those that are not right now in the mode of buying and selling, everyone that owns a home, even renters, want to know what's going on in real estate. So give us some info, Danny, from your perspective and a general look at what's going on in Houston real estate.
Well, the Houston market as a whole, you know, if you take it as a entirety, it's really doing extremely well. Prices are really up. If you look at the sweet spot, what I consider, you know, where most of the real estate records are sold is between 185 and 225. That sweet spot is one or two offers coming in a day when those houses go on the market. We're still in multiple offer situations, and it's really nice for that home buyer that they're getting premium price for their house. They're able to move up and buy more house for less money. So if you're a move-up buyer, now's the time to sell your house because you're getting premium dollar for your house, and you can move up and buy more house for less money.
And you are not limited by geography, but as I am thinking and picturing visually right now, your location and the proximity to the points and the market drivers, that there's so many things that drive the market just in that area and around your location.
There are, you know, 290 is a central hub of where people live, and you know, I'm approximately 20 miles from downtown Houston, and I live near downtown, and it's 18 miles from my house to the office, and I'm going counter flow on the traffic. So it takes me about 25 minutes in the morning to get to traffic or get to work. And on the way home in the evenings, it usually takes me about 30 minutes. So traffic is true. It's going both directions all the time. And people are moving that area at a record pace. We see that by the number of houses being sold and purchased in that area.
And as we think about the various real estate offices around Houston, there are many, and in other cities there are many too. Tell people about the distinctions for buyers and sellers, and then we'll talk about the real estate agent themselves. But for buyers and sellers, what are the distinctions when someone uses the services of your Keller Williams, let's say, that makes you different and helps them more?
Well, Keller Williams, we do things a little bit differently. We train agents on how to be a consultant first to the client. And the client is the key to the whole thing that we both do here, Bill, and that is making sure a willing buyer and a willing seller come together with a meeting of the minds, and that can come to an agreement on price and terms. And our agents at Keller Williams are really taught and become experts and become masters of being the consultant, and rather than being a salesperson in the transaction.
Very interesting. And also, as far as Keller Williams, the Keller Williams Company is known for their training and having systems and procedures in place, because the real estate transaction, even the simple ones, are complicated so many things to navigate for the buyer, the seller, and the agent.
So, there's a magazine out there called Training Magazine. It's all things training. And for the last 6 years, Keller Williams International has been listed as the number 1 or number 2 best training company in the world. And we're the only real estate brokerage firm in the world even listed on that top 125 list. You have people like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Coca-Cola, Ford, Daimler Chrysler. You have all these great big companies on there, and here's Keller Williams, number 1 or number 2 every year for the past 6 years. So we treat training like a curriculum, like a college course. Our teachers are certified to teach the classes. We don't go to a seminar and learn what they taught us and come back and teach that. We teach our trainers how to train, how to teach, how to coach, how to mentor. And it's just a great opportunity for agents to come, whether you've been in the business a day or 10 years, to come learn a different aspect and a different way of doing real estate business.
I'm thinking also of those cars going back and forth, not just on 290, but every single highway at all times. Houston. All times of day. I wonder, what is the relocation picture right now? How many people do you think are coming? Do you have any idea?
I was at a conference the other day, and Senator John Whitmire was speaking at the installation of Cindy Heyman for the 2017 installation of HAR chairman. And he made a comment that 1,500 people a week are moving to Houston, Texas. And that's a lot of people.
That's phenomenal.
That's huge. And our unemployment's still really low here in Houston. I believe now that the presidential elections are over, the economy will settle down and really start to take off like I expected to do in all of 2017.
And you're very excited about the market, speaking of it in a great, robust way. Yeah. There are people right now, Danny, that are saying, hey, it's really slowed down. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've heard that just this past week. What do you tell them?
Looking at the housing market, and that's something I'm a student of the numbers that we look at every day. And I've been studying these numbers and looking at them, and what I've found that after every presidential election, there's typically a downturn in the housing market for the 3 to 4 months leading up to the presidential election. But as soon as the presidential election's over, the market tends to always just really ramp up really quick. Typically in the Houston market, February is the start of what I call the selling season of real estate. I think because the presidential election and everything moving up, I think it's going to move to starting right now. I think people we're starting to see this in our market, that real estate homes are starting to come on at a more rapid pace than we typically see this time of the year.
Also, as we go forth here, tell people about you mentioned HAR. Tell them about your previous role at HAR, because you have achieved some great recognition and you've had some great positions along the way before you've been the team leader now at Keller Williams. But tell people about your role at HAR and also what agents should know about your location.
Well, let's kind of start history. 2014, I was voted by my peers to be Realtor of the Year for the entire Houston Association of Realtors, and that was an honor that was bestowed upon me that I didn't take lightly because it was something I didn't have on a bucket list that I thought that I would ever really achieve. It's just what an honor to be named out of 36,000 members to be Realtor of the Year. So that's been my biggest accomplishment. 2013, I was chairman of the board for the Houston Association of Realtors, and HAR is well known throughout the whole country for having the best leadership and the best guidance. And our CEO, Bob Hale, just runs a really great ship there. And he lets the new leaders come in and really help with the direction of what's happening with the Houston Association of Realtors. And, when I was chairman of the board, I was one of the first realtor members, non-broker owner managers. There was one or two before me, but there was really a huge change when I came in to make changes to the way HAR operated in the terms of being broker-centric more to the agent-centric method.
Excellent. Also, let's tell people at your location, let's say they're a real estate professional out there that's thinking either about going into real estate or also they're thinking about changing their broker. Tell them why they should think about your location and your office.
Well, there's lots of different reasons. Number one, training. We do it like no other does. Most brokerages out there really talk about, when they do their training, they talk about contracts. They talk about how to stay out of trouble. We do that as well. But one of the biggest things we really focus on, Bill, is how to make our agents profitable. What do we do that sets us apart is that we drive the profit dollar back to the agent and really show the agents how to make more money and how to build a life worth living and a career worth having. It's all about God, family, and business for us.
And let's tell people, Danny, should they want to reach out to you, tell them the coordinates, please.
So we're right there on the corner of 290 and Highway 6. You can reach me directly at my office at 281-200-2251 or email me at danfranktx@kw.com. I would love to sit down with you and have a confidential interview. If you're with another company now, I completely understand you want to upgrade. That's what we help people do every day. So I would love the opportunity to sit down with you and have a confidential interview, and let's talk about your goals and your dreams and your desires and see if I can't show you a way that I can make those come true.
One more time on the coordinates.
290 and Highway 6. Our address is 19708 Northwest Freeway, Suite 2800. And again, 290 Highway 6. Come see me.
And you are listening to Real Estate Matters with Stuart Title. I'm your host, Bill Nampick. We're going to take a short break. Come right back with even more. Stay with us.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
And welcome back. Real Estate Matters with Stuart Title. Bill Nampick, your host. And now the show continues. We now have Tonia Jaiggi. And guess what? She is with Keller Williams at the very location Mr. Frank leads the team. Tonia, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate being here.
That is a great location and such a vibrant, all the parts of the city are very exciting, but that's area that you're at, it's called Cypress, right?
Yeah, Cypress, Texas is growing quickly. We're definitely, looking at growth with 99 coming out. We're spreading out big now. We've got lots of land to build on, so there's lots of homes available.
Excellent. Well, let's tell people about your role in the real estate world and a little bit about Keller Williams, too. And your team. You approach it in a team way, right?
Absolutely. I have a team of agents. We're the number one team for our office 3 years running now. We're real big in Cypress. We really love being in Cypress. And we're at Keller Williams because of the training, because of what they can do for our team, how they can help us grow, and what they can do for us as a whole in achieving our dreams and goals.
And people, when they think about buying or selling a home, of course, they look at all the real estate people out there and they think, wow, what's the best person to handle the sale? Well, let's tell people, as far as the team approach, if I'm going to buy or sell my home, tell us about your team approach and why you take that route.
So we have, I am a listing agent and I have 2 buyer's agents. So that way I can focus solely on your listing. I'm not trying to look at houses and try to find where you're going to go. I'm focused on only selling your listing. That's my number one goal, is to get you sold. And then we turn you over to our buyer's agents, and their number one goal is to get you the best deal on the house that you're going to buy. So it doesn't cost our clients more to use a team. It's the same as if you had an individual agent. You just get a more focused service on what you're trying to achieve for each transaction, because they're both different. They're both completely different transactions, and you really need someone to focus on each one so that way you're getting the best service.
And also, your team has some interesting credentials. You have reached some great heights at Keller Williams.
Absolutely. In 8 years, it took us 8 years, but in 8 years, we've been the number one team for 3 years now. We were number 2 and 3 for the 2 years before that. So we've really reached great heights. It definitely was our goal to be number one. We're focused on staying number one now, which is all based on referrals. 90% of our business comes from referrals. I grew up in the Cy-Fair area. I graduated from the Cy-Fair area. And we're really big on network and referrals through the Cy-Fair alumni group, and anyone who knows us in the Cy-Fair community. It also helps that my mom was a counselor at a junior high school in Cy-Fair. So all of our friends who went through met her and met me. And that's how we're able to grow our business so quickly and so vastly, because of the number of referrals that we get through Cy-Fair alumni.
What strikes me is number one is there's always a lot of pressure on being number one in anything. How do you handle that pressure from year to year to continue that success? Give us an idea.
I love the chase of being number one. I have other teams in our office that we compete with. We have friendly rivals going on between our office, and it's always a big deal for me. I watch my numbers monthly. I do social media is my biggest outlet for referrals and for leads. And so I really focus on that on a daily basis, keeping up my social media marketing, getting leads through social media. And I'm really focused on the numbers aspect of making sure that we are lead generating constantly to stay on top, because it's hard. Once you're on top, it's hard to stay there because everybody's gunning for that spot.
They really are. And at one time you were too, before you achieved that spot.
Absolutely. I mean, I was doing $6 million a year thinking I have got to be number one. Number one was $15 million a year. How can I get there? What can I do to achieve that? And that's where Keller Williams came in and helped me, because once you're at $6 million, they tell you, hey, it's time to get somebody else to help you. And so I took a recruit select training that helped me bring on another buyer's agent, which happened to be my mother at the time, but bring on another buyer's agent to really help me focus more on what I needed to do, how I needed to split up the business to really give our clients the best service, to get the most referrals out of what we were doing.
In the world of success, drive and ambition is so important, and you seem to have a great amount of that, Tonia. That's very exciting. Tell buyers and sellers right now that are out there listening in the Houston area, especially in your geographic area, tell them about what they should expect in the marketplace. Let's take the seller, for example.
Certainly. So the sellers, it's really important to stage your house, get everything ready to sell. As long as your house looks good, you're going to get a buyer as long as you price it right. Right now, anything under $250 in Cypress, you're selling within a week or two if you stage it right and price it right. I have one that went on the market yesterday at $135. We have 17 offers. We've got one that's cash and it's closing in 10 days. Things like that are happening in Cypress right now. If you have a small home in Cypress and you're looking to move up, you need to sell now, because they are just flying off the market, especially if you have an agent who is going to price you right and help you stage your home, which is very important in selling.
Very interesting. In a lot of places in the country, those price points aren't even available. Let's talk about a little bit higher price point. In your area in Cypress, let's say $400,000 to $500,000. What's going on in that range?
So anything 500 and over in Houston is considered our luxury market. And I have several luxury listings as well. We have showings on those, but they're what we call in the luxury market, it's doing what it's supposed to do. They're moving slower because you're in the luxury market. But we have a lot of oil and gas in Houston, and oil and gases, their bonuses come out in February. So we expect a lot of movement in our luxury division. getting closer to the moving months of February and March. That's when we expect some movement on those.
It makes me think I'm wondering when my bonus is going
Right?
to be coming. However, that also shows that information in staying number one, or even any goal that we have, information is so important. Obviously, you've taken the extra effort to know when those bonus checks are going to hit. You're ready for action, right?
Yeah, it helps my husband's in oil and gas. So I'm very focused on the market and what my buyers need and what my sellers need, what kind of buyers are going to be buying their house. If it's international, the great thing about Keller Williams is we are an international company, so we can market internationally. Not a lot of brokerages can market internationally. So it's nice to have that extra edge for our luxury market, our luxury division. There are a lot of internationals coming in, but as Danny said, there's people moving into Houston every week. 1,500 people every week is a lot of people moving into Houston for a weekly basis.
And another success tip, use all your resources. Everything helps. You have to be constantly aware. Now, let's change gears. Let's say I'm the buyer and I come to you and say, look, I'm looking for a home, $350. What should I expect in that search with you and your team?
350, there's definitely houses out there in the 350 range. We love buyers to go to builders too. The builders are giving away great deals toward the end of the year. They're trying to hit their year-end numbers. So when we tell our buyers, hey, the builders are looking to hit their year-end numbers, let's go see what we can find you there. There's a lot of deals with the builders right now, a lot of incentives for buyers. So we definitely like to give them, and especially in Cypress, there are so many new homes being built. On the resale side at 350, those homes are moving slower. So as a buyer, you're able to get a little bit better deal on that home, more bang for your buck because of the time that the houses have been sitting on the market. But again, the builders are just doing great deals right now. So we definitely try to focus on that if we can.
And Tonia, let's say with the last minute or so left, what else would you like people to know?
We're here to help you. Our team is here. Keller Williams is great, a company to work for if you're an agent looking for a brokerage. Keller Williams is great to get for training and resources. They've got the reach that you need, that your clients are looking for. And as far as the real estate market, it's hot right now. I've got 14 closings in December still ready to go. So we're pushing things through. There's a lot of cash buyers out there right now. So if you've got anything under 200, we probably have a cash buyer for you.
And actually, I think an exit away, there's a great Stewart title, like just an exit from your exit.
Absolutely.
Tonia, let's tell people how they can reach you.
That you can reach me on my cell. I love to give my cell out. I want everybody to have my cell phone number because I want you calling me directly. So my cell phone number is 832-526-5999. Or you can reach me by email. It's tjaeggi@kw.com. But my biggest source of people reaching me is on my Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/the Jaiggi team.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tonia Jaiggi with Keller Williams. We're going to take a short break. Bill Nampick on Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. We're coming back with a whole lot more. Stay with us.
Sorry.
Stewart Title has been serving Texas for over 120 years. A Texas treasure, Stewart Title's longevity is a testimony to superior service, innovation, and knowing what their customers want. Recent surveys show that 92% of respondents want secure online tracking tools to help them during the closing process. Stewart Title offers the most robust and secure system to track transactions online available today. To learn more, contact Stewart Title at one of their many offices around the city. Stewart Title, online at stewart.com. That's STEWART.com.
And welcome back. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. The adventure continues. Mike McFarland, he is with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill, for having me. I'm really happy to be here with you.
And it's always fun to talk about money, isn't it?
Always.
And you're in that world. It must be even more fun to be in that world every day, helping people all the time.
Absolutely it is. You know, me and my team, we believe in touching lives with mortgage at the time. So the opportunity to provide financing for borrowers is really just giving back in service to the community. So we're really proud to be doing that.
And let's tell people, Mike, about your company. There's so many choices. Just like realtors, there's so many places people can go. Give us an idea of some of the distinctions that they get at your company, Legacy Mutual Mortgage.
Well, I think the biggest differentiator with us is Legacy Mutual Mortgage is a correspondent lender. So we have the opportunity to sell loans to multiple investors, but we underwrite, close, and fund all of those in-house. So we maintain control over the transaction without relinquishing control. And then in the end, what we do is we take that file or that loan and we sell it to the best price investor in the marketplace.
And at this point, let's say I'm a buyer and I come to you, or really, what time should I go to someone like yourself to start if I'm looking at buying a home?
Great question, Bill. I would say as early on in the process as you can.
Even say a month before I get in the car with the realtor?
It could be literally a year before you get in the car with the realtor. So the sooner the better. A lot of times what I need to do is take you through the pre-approval process to make sure that there's no what I call hidden time bombs within the loan file itself. That we don't need to fix right now. Absolutely. So a lot of times clients just don't know that maybe on a tax return they take a loss that they think is a paper loss, but to me affects their bottom line income and their ability to qualify.
And wouldn't you say another thing that comes to mind? I remember hearing somebody that was in the loan process or something, they're getting ready to close on a home, and all of a sudden they buy something real expensive, like a car. Probably
not good.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea, yeah. So I walk all of my clients through the 10 commandments of buying a home when they come in and meet with me. And part of that is just, you keep your credit life frozen. Don't buy a new car. Don't change jobs. Basically don't do anything crazy unless you talk to me first.
Very interesting. So that's one of the ways that you counsel your people there is help them with there's certain things not to do.
Absolutely.
Like anything else. Give us an idea of one of the other things not to do.
I would tell you right now is don't originate any new credit inquiries on your credit report. That's something important for me because I usually find that out at the worst possible time that you've obtained a new line of credit. I would say don't go buy a household full of furniture in the midst of trying to buy a home or looking for a home because I'm going to find out. And again, I find out at the worst possible moment. Don't change jobs. Job changes are not great. Going self-employed in the middle of a process isn't good. I had one client who put their wedding on their Amex card. In the middle of a transaction that caused a tremendous amount of difficulty. We got the transaction closed. So I would just tell everybody, just keep your life frozen. Don't live outside of what you presented to me at the beginning of the loan file process, and you'll be okay.
Keep the grid steady. That's
Absolutely.
That's what I would try to do. Keep things steady. And I'm thinking back, it's been so long since I had a mortgage myself or bought a home, but I don't even remember having the person tell me about those things, and I don't think I did. Unfortunately, somehow I got the home, but it's good that you're right on top of it. But also, things have changed. Let's tell people about some of the changes in the rigors that have taken place just in the last year. It's been tighter, right?
It's been tighter since the housing crisis back in 2008 and 2009. The interesting thing that I've seen in the last couple of months is I feel like Fannie and Freddie might beginning to be easing up, which is nice. When I think we've all, at least in the loan industry, have thought the constriction is continuing to happen. I think maybe we're at a place where that might be stopping. Crossing my fingers that that's the case, and we begin to see an easing in some of the guidelines. So. And
also to have information. I know I see you out at a lot of events, so you're out there in the world. And I wonder, in the world of a mortgage professional, how many times a week does someone ask you the interest rate? I'm just curious. I bet it's more than once.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, more than once an hour. So no, I get that question a lot, and I think interest rates are relative to just where we are in the marketplace and the time that we're buying. Here's what I'll tell everybody, and I tell them this every time a client comes in to meet with me. The big surprise that we see right now is post-election rates have gone up 0.5 point. But in the midst of looking at the last 5 years and where interest rates have been, I've seen 30-year fixed rates in the low to mid threes. I've seen them in the high, low to mid fives. So right now we're probably in the low to mid fours on a 30-year fixed rate. So we're right smack dab in the middle. So when we say rates are rising, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've skyrocketed to 10% or 8%. It's just a small increase in the marketplace.
And sometimes people with that 0.5% either way, it's a big deal. I mean, they talk about it a lot.
They do talk about it a lot. And certainly for some clients, a 0.5 point increase in interest rate is enough to make them not qualify for a certain price point of home. And we want to be conscious of that for sure.
Very interesting. Now, as we look ahead, no one has a crystal ball, but what is your feel and how have you prepared for 2017? And what if the rates go, I don't know if they can go real high, but how do you prepare someone for, say, higher rates, but also how are you preparing for 2017?
Well, I tell my clients that now is the perfect time to buy. So it's a great time to buy for real estate because I think the market is soft enough in Houston that we've come off the kind of crazy high market that we saw in the last couple of years. Oil prices beginning to rise. I think we'll begin to see price points going back up. So if you're looking for a great time to buy, it's right now. I think with interest rates, again, if I go back to the example of the last 5 years, they've been in between the mid threes to the mid fives. We're right in the mid fours right now. I think we're going to be okay.
And also, Mike, how do you were located right there, kind of near where I live at Post Oak Boulevard. How do you approach your business from a geographic standpoint, or do you go by people you know, or
Absolutely.
How do you work that?
It's all referral based for me.
So if someone's in the Woodlands, you can serve them there?
I can serve them in the Woodlands, serve them in Pearland. We've done loans in other parts of Texas. I build my marketing efforts are built around referral-based marketing through my past clients, realtors, my sphere of influence, much like realtors work.
Also, from the refinancing standpoint, how much of that are we hearing these days?
Well, since interest rates have gone up in the last 4 to 5 weeks,
About
half a point, that's kind of shut down the refinance spigot. But they're still out there, believe it or not. I mean, people refinance for a couple of reasons, not just to lower their rate. Sometimes we need to tap into equity to do a cash-out refinance to pay off some bills or send a child to college. With some people, it still makes sense to refinance because maybe they're running at a 5% interest rate and they never even considered it. They're carrying mortgage insurance, and we're in a position now where we can drop the mortgage insurance. And I think the bigger part of that is that some people are really ready in a position to go to a 15-year mortgage and take their look at their mortgage as a financial tool instead of just like, can I afford to be in this home? Now they're looking at it and saying, all right, how do we turn this mortgage into a financial instrument to save money, build equity quickly? And my ideal for all of my clients is I want you debt-free at some point in your life. I know that may not be at the first home you buy, but by the third, fourth home that we're into, ideally we're getting you to a place that we're paying that thing off and you don't have to carry a debt.
Yeah, I like that 15-year loan.
It's one of my favorite loans, absolutely, but not everybody can afford it. So,
and it just sounds good. Also, with, say, the last minute, Mike, tell people how they can reach you and what you love so much about this money business. Every time I see you, you are always smiling no matter where it is.
Thank you, Bill. Well, first off, you can reach me on my cell phone at 713-703-1124. Or you can call my office. I've got a team of people that are dedicated to taking great care of people, and that's 713-844-8060. And the reason why I'm in this business is just to take really great care of people. I think that God has given me an opportunity to take my talents and my skills and help people get into a home and make that transaction a great transaction for them.
Very nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike McFarland with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Call him at 713-703-1124. Thank you, Mike. And you are listening to Real Estate Matters with Stuart Title. We're coming right back after these words. Stay with us.
If you've been in the real estate industry for any length of time, you know unexpected and costly events can happen. Safeguard yourself against the unexpected with Real Estate Errors and Omissions Insurance, or E&O, through Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Not all E&O insurance policies are created equal. How confident are you that your current E&O policy fully protects you? Stewart Insurance and Risk Management offers expertise in the real estate industry and tailors your coverage to correctly manage your risk. With Stewart Insurance and Risk Management, facing the unexpected just became a lot easier. Safeguard your future with real estate E&O insurance through Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Call today at 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Or email us at stewartinsurance@stewart.com to request tailored insurance options for you and your business.
And welcome back, Real Estate Matters with Stuart Title. And now we have Priyanka Jori. She is a realtor with Woodlands Eco Realty. Priyanka, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill.
Very exciting to see you. Now, let's tell people, first of all, you are a real estate broker, but tell them about your company and the area that you serve, and then you have a little special twist on real estate.
Yes, we do. So Woodlands Eco Realty, as name suggests, is based in the Woodlands. We service Woodlands and surrounding areas. Our company was founded to serve Pure Mutts Animal Sanctuary, and that's the twist that I think you're talking about. Pure Mutts Animal Sanctuary was founded to help special need animals that are hospice cases, sick, or injured, but we needed some way to support the sanctuary. And Woodlands Eco Realty was founded so we can have a for-profit business supporting a non-profit, which is not very usual in the outside world.
Yeah, let's say that again. That sounds interesting. It's a profit business as you serve buyers and sellers, but yet you're supporting your some of your proceeds, certainly you have to live, right? But some of your proceeds go to help animals.
Right. So officially, we donate 20% of all proceeds to the animal sanctuary. Unofficially, it has been around 32 to 35% that goes to the
It
sanctuary.
gets expensive. Animals, I have several, and they are expensive, whether you have 1, 2, 3, or several, right?
Right. So it's not the food like most of the time people think because we have 30, 40 animals, it's going to be a food that's expensive. It's usually our vet bills because we are taking special need animals in. When we have cancer patients, when we have surgeries to amputate legs because a dog is hit by a car, those surgeries can cost from $5,000 to $8,000, sometimes much more. Just going to a vet can be $800 to $1,000 bill. Getting them fixed, getting them healthy can cost a lot of money.
So I've been getting off light. I've had Elvis at the vet twice now, and it's already up to $300 with just a little skin problem and an ear problem.
Yeah, that is really cheap. Can I trade one of my dogs with yours?
I'm feeling much better about Elvis. I'll appreciate him more when I see him tonight. But let's talk before we go back to and when we say animals. So let's clarify: are these dogs only, or are there animals that you're helping?
These are dogs only. We have helped other animals, but usually they end up at the wildlife rescue rehab if it's a possum or a raccoon, which happens a lot at our sanctuary. If it's a cats, we have another sister sanctuary that takes care of the cats.
Well, let's go back to real estate, and we'll go back to the animals in a minute. It's so good that you're helping dogs especially, and because there are so many in need. But as far as the real estate part of it goes, so you're obviously you have enough time to do both, and you're still serving buyers and sellers out there in the marketplace.
Yes, so I used to be a real estate investor, and I still am, and that's where I realized before I started the company that's the skill I have. I know how to negotiate deals. I know how to find a great deal when we are buying and sell at a great price. And that's the skill I bring to the buyers and sellers. That's the experience that I have.
And what is the area of Houston that you serve? Do you go by geography?
Yeah, most of the time it's around Woodlands area, within the Woodlands and surrounding areas like Spring, Conroe, Willis, New Waverly, Lake Conroe areas.
And you have been brought here by, speaking of the Woodlands, the one and only Alana Williamson with Stewart Title. She's pretty nice, isn't she?
She is awesome.
She does a great job. Now, just a quick word about the marketplace in the Woodlands area that you serve. Tell us, how's the market right now?
So in Woodlands, market is slow. It's a great time to buy over there. We are very much dependent on oil and gas. So since the oil and gas prices have been down, prices in the Woodlands have come down. I don't know if you remember, in 2014, we were almost in a bubble when Exxon was moving in that area. Prices were going up and homes became really expensive. Since then, prices have come down. And this year, we actually have seen a drop that we haven't seen in the Woodlands. So right now, a lot of my buyers, or a lot of my clients, I have advising them to buy. If they are looking for upsize, go and buy a house because prices are going to be coming up. With oil prices starting to creep up after the elections, next year we are going to see prices going to be much higher. The interest rates are coming up, as the previous guest mentioned. And we have several hospitals that will be opening next year.
And as I'm thinking about this is the first time as I buy food for my dogs. Sometimes as we have a choice, you always think of nutrition, but also there are certain brands of dog food that go back and help shelters and things like that. This is the first time I've heard of a real estate company that actually does that in a even maybe a bigger way, right? How did you get this idea?
Like I said, I used to be a petroleum geologist with Shell and Anadarko, but animals had been my passion.
They're your passion first, and now they're your patients.
Right, exactly. Since 2001, I did not even like dogs until 2001, until one dog walked into my life and changed it forever. I decided that I'm going to help in a big way. So I quit my petroleum geologist job to start a sanctuary. When I started the sanctuary, I realized I was spending a lot more time raising funds and asking for donations. And I knew as a real estate investor, I can make a lot more money if I do the real estate side versus just asking for money. And that's where the me becoming a realtor idea came from. And once I became a realtor, my colleagues from oil industry and gas industry started calling and said, hey, you always get great deals for yourself. How about helping us? And business grew. Most of my business is referral based. Most of my clients come from corporations within the Woodlands area. And now we are getting clients who are coming from the hospitals. I have a lot of doctors and surgeons who are coming in the area for new hospitals.
And I'm looking at your card, Priyanka. It says Pure Mutts Animal Sanctuary.
Right.
That's a great name, Pure Mutts. And are all the animals, all the dogs, special need dogs? Is that what you said?
Most of them are. Sometimes we get dogs that are not special need, but maybe they are hit by a car. It's going to cost a lot of money, and other rescue groups or shelters cannot handle that. We take in those dogs because my goal was to take in the dogs that do not have anybody else who can pay for their medical bills. So it can be sick dog, it can be injured dog, it can be a special need dog that is not adoptable.
And going back to that first dog that changed your life, what was that dog's name?
Moti. She was a white pit bull. Her name was Moti, which means white pearl in my language.
And how many dogs do you have now?
Right now, we just got another one that is going to the vet right now that we rescued. So yesterday I had 40. Now we have 41. We are trying to trap 2 more. 2 of the dogs are pregnant that may have 8 to 10 puppies. So we may be going to 60 or 70 in a week or 2.
Well, as people are listening, they're saying, how does she do it? So give us some advice on success. How do you manage something, so many important things that you're doing? Real estate, you're helping buyers and sellers. That's gigantic. You're helping animals. How do you stay steady, and how do you do it? Give us a word.
It's all about time management. So I get up 4:30 in the morning. That's the dog time. So as soon as I get up, I start taking care of the dogs, their medications, their food. We cook for our dogs. We do not buy dog food. So once we are taking care of them, by 6:37, I am on my computer taking care of clients, answering emails. By 8:30, I'm in the office and talking to Ilana or anybody else that I need to make contact with. After that, making our calls to our clients, sellers and buyers, then going out in the community, doing our charity events, coming back, showing homes, or doing the marketing, sitting down with my marketing team and seeing what they're doing for our sellers, and just go boom, boom, boom. It's very simple, not complicated.
And let's tell people how they can learn more about the Animal Sanctuary and your real estate company. What are the coordinates?
For Pure Mutts Animal Sanctuary, they can go to our website, puremutsanimalsanctuary.com, or they can go to our Facebook page, same name. For our company, Woodlands Eco Realty, you can go to woodlandsecorealty.com, or you can go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Woodlands Eco Realty.
And that is puremutsanimalsanctuary.com. Very nice, ladies and gentlemen. Priyanka, Jori, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a short break. Real Estate Matters. We're coming back with even more. Stay with us.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
And welcome back. As always, we are sponsored by Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. And now we have Brittany Taggart. She is right here. She is from Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Brittany, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, Bob.
You know, it's been so long. We're so glad to see you. Should we start that over?
I said Bob.
Bob.
I said Bob. And I was like, I did not call
You're
him
terrible.
No.
All right,
We
see?
were both messed up.
And welcome back. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. We are brought to you every week by Stewart Insurance and Risk Management and Tom Carpentier, who leads the company in a magnificent way. And today we have Brittany Taggart. She is with Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Brittany, welcome to the show.
Hey, Bill, it's good to be here.
Again, it's great to see you. It's been a while, so let's tell people, let's bring them up to date with what is going on there at Stewart Insurance and Risk Management and what you're up to.
So, our team, if you haven't heard, is an insurance agency, meaning we have several insurance companies to select insurance for our customers. We're owned by Stewart Title, and so we service those who operate within the real estate industry, be that home buyers, real estate brokers, title agencies, lenders. So we service them from the insurance perspective. So we're here just basically to educate and simplify the insurance process for everyone, and we want to impress you the first time that we communicate with you.
And it's so easy to talk to your professionals. They're so knowledgeable, and they have a lot of choices. And just going back to remind people, people know that we are Stewart Title. Sure, you can get title insurance, no doubt about it, but home, auto. And this is the time of year to think about, am I getting the right price? Am I getting the right coverage for my home, for my auto, for my boat, motorcycle, or whatever? So it's really important. Let's tell people, first of all, how they can reach you should they want to do that right now.
Well, if they want to do that right now, the best number to reach us at is 866-845-4676. I guarantee within the first ring, you'll hear one of our people pick up the phone and you can talk to an agent right away. So if you want to talk to us about your home, auto, any of that, we're here for you. Also, just think about the holiday season. I want to bring something to the table here because everyone is happy, got a great spirit in them.
Did you bring baked cookies?
I did
Christmas
not,
cookies,
but I
or?
did bring a good insurance topic to talk about. And it's not always fun to talk about insurance because typically losses happen, right? But this is definitely to keep a smile on your face even through those times. So a lot of people are traveling. Are you traveling for the holidays, Bill?
I may take a driving trip, yes.
Okay, and you probably would bring your belongings with you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe your nicest
A
clothes,
small
good
version of my
tablet.
belongings I would bring, yes.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let everyone know who's traveling that if you didn't know, there's a section on your home insurance policy. 10% of your personal property limit. So the limit that you have, the coverage limit that you have for all of your personal items that you own, 10% of that coverage. So say you have $100,000 in coverage, $10,000 will be there for you in case you lose your luggage, in case you're traveling, you lose luggage all the time, or if you just happen to have a loss.
What if they steal my luggage? Let's say I have a suitcase and I go in and someone breaks into my car. They take my luggage.
Exactly. And a lot of people think, oh, it was in my car, so I'm going to look to my auto policy. No, it's your personal property. So it's on your home insurance policy. And just know that you have 10% of your personal property limit allocated towards those items. So don't fret. If that happens, you're covered.
You do make insurance fun, and you do it in such a remarkable way. Well, that is awesome to think about, and that's the other thing when we do think about insurance. There are so many facets to it, Brittany. How do people keep up?
There's many, many facets, and I just shouldn't say that you're absolutely covered because you actually have to talk to your agent about those things. You have to check your coverage limits. You have due diligence as a homeowner, as having a home insurance policy, but your agent also needs to be able to educate you about those things. So call your agent up, check real quick. This is the holidays. Everyone's traveling. Those are the things that you want to be aware about, and hopefully your agent will be able to share some of those items with you.
And let's give them the phone number one more time because I want to mention that.
Yeah, 866-845-4676.
And the part of the phone that's so important with your company is that you say they pick up sometimes on the second ring. That is great, but they actually have someone that they talk to versus going through a lot of voice prompts. We haven't mentioned that for a while, but that's one of the nice distinctions that I like as a customer of Stewart Insurance and Risk Management.
Exactly. I don't know how many times with any services, really, you can call in and actually talk to a real person these days. So Tom, our president, is huge on having real people pick up the phone because we're here to service our customers, and we pride ourselves in the exceptional service that we give our customers.
And what's interesting, now that we bring up the phone protocols that companies have, there's some companies that don't want to be reached. Do you ever run into that? You're like, hey, I need to reach so-and-so, or this company is like, I can't find their number anywhere. And once in a while, it's very small on their website or something.
Exactly. Well, you can reach us either over phone. We are also on Facebook at Stewart Insurance and Risk Management, Twitter, Instagram at Insure Risk. So you can reach us on any of those outlets as well. And
boy, the Stewart.com website, you're right there on the first page, the two categories, even people that have a business, a pet shop, a shelter, whatever they have, Stewart.com, there's commercial, then there's personal insurance. You're covering it all. I don't know how you do it in all the 50 states, right?
Exactly, yes. And how do we do it all? I think it was said beautifully right before by Priyanka. Time management. We call that performance management in our shop, and it's definitely very important. We have a lot of things going on, commercial, personal, and we do it all.
In fact, you speaking of time and time management, I am just now reading that book. I've made time to read the book that you got. Tom was so kind to give to me. I forget the title of it, but the beauty of it is, I'll remember this part. I'm halfway through. It tells us that there's 1,440 minutes per day. Is that right?
1440. We have our conference room named after that, actually.
The conference room is named
yes,
1440.
So we can make sure we're on time all the time. All the minutes count, so we don't want to go over even a minute because we only have 1440
time
a
is
day.
Truly the great equalizer. We want to make sure we use our time properly. You talk about the holidays coming up, traveling, loved ones. Time is so important. It's amazing. But that also is a tribute to the kind of training that you do at Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. You're training all the time, and that is serving your clients every day.
Always.
Well, what lies ahead for 2017, Brittany, over there at the company?
A lot of growth. We're out to really educate the market. We've had a stance like that for a while. I'm going out a lot with Michelle Steffen, which is our trainer, and she's also she's our training instructor, and also she does classes for real estate agents. And so we go out to different classes, and we get to educate the marketplace on not only home insurance, but also real estate business insurance. So
You have so many talented insurance professionals
we
there.
do.
Once more, tell them the phone number.
866-845-4676.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Brittany Taggart. And now we talk about business development. We have from the Woodlands, Alana Williamson. With the last few minutes left, Alana and Priyanka are back. Alana, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having us, Bill.
Thanks for bringing such an awesome guest.
She resonated with my heart because I am an animal lover also. I only have one dog right now, but I have plenty of people at my house.
Well, we can fix that. Also, tell people about how they can reach you at Stewart in the Woodlands.
I am Stewart Title of Montgomery County, Inc., and our phone number is 713-304-0513. We are located in 3 spots: the Woodlands, Waterway, and Conroe and Magnolia.
I'm going to take my boat and drive right up there and see you. And now, Priyanka, Jori, Priyanka, tell us with the last couple minutes, there's some events that you want people to know about that are going on at Pure Mutts Animal Sanctuary.
And Woodlands Eco Realty. So we not only help animals, the company motto is company with a cause. So every month we select a charity to help out. That is not just the animals, but in December we do month of giving every year. And this month we started on December 3rd, writing 100 Christmas cards to soldiers that are deployed and are not going to be home. On December 10th, we collected food for Food Bank. But now, next 3 Saturdays, next Saturday we are collecting toys for tots. So if you have any toys that you would like to drop out at our office in the Woodlands, at Woodlands Eco Realty office, we will be taking them on December 18th for the kids. Next, on December 24th, we will be taking food to the animal shelter in Montgomery County. And December 31st, we are feeding our paramedics, doctors, and nurses who will be serving the county on New Year's Eve.
Stop. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to say, give us the website. Don't say www.
Okay, just it.
We're at the last minute time. I want Mike to get back on and give your contact info. So, make sure you tell them about the website, and they can learn all this on the website. Give them the website, and then we'll go to Mike. Okay?
All right.
No www anymore. What do you want to say?
Ted Jones.
What, in the
County.
Woodlands? Yeah, go ahead. All right, so we'll say, I'm going to say, get your website. Lana, give us what you want to say. Ted Jones. Hey, Mike. Mike and I will close it out. Okay. So, Priyanka, tell us the website and how people can stay up to date with what's going on.
You can go to woodlandsecorealty.com and check out our events.
woodlandsecorealty.com, and also, I think I have it right this time, puremuttsanimalsanctuary.com. Is that right?
That's correct.
I finally got it. Alana, tell us what you want to tell us.
Montgomery County Stewart Title is having Ted Jones up in our area as well. So if there's something you want to do, you can come up and hear
And who
about our
doesn't?
area.
Mhm.
Our area, and Ted Jones is very specific to areas. It's very interesting.
How can people reach you?
713-304-0513, January 12th.
Excellent. Mike McFarland, he is back. Mike, before we close out the show, it's just up to you and me. Tell people how they can reach you at Legacy Mutual Mortgage.
They can call my office line at 713-844-8060, and they will get a live person to answer the phone to direct their phone call.
So there's 3 companies that they can get live people. That's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Well, also, give us a quick word about training at your company to stay up to speed with all the things going on in the financial world. What are you guys doing over there?
Well, I do a lot of outreach to my realtors and do a lot of training classes, whether that's in regards to the sales process in general or even the mortgage-related topics. So we do a lot of training to our agents and our referral partners, and obviously I have continuing education that I have to do.
Very nice. One more time, 713-703-1124. Mike McFarland. Thank you, Mike. And you have been listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. Yes, the show may be over right now at the time of broadcast, but it never ends. Go to stewart.com/Houston to hear the show again and again. This is show 150. And until next week, Bill Nampick on Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title.